it's me, Devin, and today I have my April wrap-up video for you. The month of April wasn't that bad. I ended up reading 5 books and starting 2 other books that I did not finish. It just so happens that all the books I read and started to read this month all came from the library. I started to look through my shelves and I wasn't really in the mood at the moment for any of the ones I had. So let's get to the ones I read, shall we? The first book I read this month was Find Me by Romilly Bernard. This is the first book in a new trilogy. It's about a girl named Wick who is a hacker that helps women find out if their boyfriends have been cheating on her. She comes from a rough background. She's in a foster home right now because her dad was a criminal and they're still trying to catch him. Now this book was good. It didn't have as much hacking computer skill abilities as I thought it would be about, but overall it was really good. I did like the romance in it. I can't quite remember the boy's name. Wick. No. Griff. Griff was the guy's name. It was a little insta romance to me, and that's not my favorite, but I do love how there was no love triangle, and it kind of was not front and center, but it wasn't in the background either, because Griff helps out a lot in this story. I think the one character that kind of annoyed me the most was her little sister Lily. Now yes, I understand that she is younger than her, but she wasn't that young when her father, before they got away from their father, to remember the bad stuff that happened. And usually when you are in that kind of situation and you go into foster care, it's like, oh, they're just gonna leave me anyway. And that's understandable because, you know, you grew up with a dad who is bad and it's just like you're better off on your own than you are trusting adults. But her little sister Lily, it was just like, oh, I forgot everything bad that happened. These guys are awesome. They're gonna protect us. They're perfect. I'm like, you don't forgive that easily. You don't trust that easily again when you come from her situation. But overall, it was really good. I think I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, I believe. Let me check. Goodreads, the green phone, challenge. What did I give you? I'm gonna keep this open from now on because this is ridiculous. Yeah, I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. The author, after I told her I really liked her book, decided, since she's not going to be EA and I wanted to meet her there, that she decided to give me a pre-BEA gift, and that was her sequel, Remember Me, which hasn't come out yet. It doesn't come out till October. So thank you, Romilly, for that. The next book I read in April is The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Now this book is by one of my favorite YA authors, and I read her Raised by Wolves trilogy, which was amazing. So I went into this one having really high hopes. It didn't disappoint me, but I think I went in with too high of hopes. I liked the characters, I did. I don't know, there's just something about it that was missing. I can't really put my finger on it. I kinda liked Love Triangle. My favorite male lead would have to be Dean. I don't like Michael that much. Dean's my favorite. I always like the mysterious guys anyway. It was really good. I liked the idea of it being a YA version of Criminal Minds, which I did see that in there. I can't wait to read her second book, Killer Instinct, because you'll get more into the characters and hopefully find out what happened to Cassie's mom, because her mom was murdered. That's why she joins this little force called The Naturals. That one doesn't come out, I think, till the end of this year, maybe next year. I'm not entirely sure. I will check on that. Yeah, I gave that 4 of 5 stars as well. The next book I read in April is Partials by Dan Wells. This is a post-apocalyptic novel. There was a war going on between America and China, I believe, or something like that. There was a war going on. So the government created these half-human, half-robot things called partials. Now, these partials won the war for us, but eventually something happened, which you'll learn in the book. I don't want to tell you because it might be a spoiler. Basically, the partials turn on us for some reason, and they just declare war on us, and they wipe us out. I mean, there's maybe 10,000 people left, and this story takes place on the island of Manhattan. So you don't really know if there's any more humans, but it's basically said that there's no way there could be. So these partials have basically secluded them on Manhattan. There hasn't been any attack in like 10 years, possibly. I think it's been like neutral for 10 years. And the main character, protagonist named Kira, she's a medical assistant. When these partials attacked, a virus ended up coming out, which ended up making it where if you got pregnant and had a baby, the baby wouldn't last more than 3 days. Now that's been going on for 10 years and they haven't been able to figure out what happens, like why this RM virus is making these babies die. Kira decides the virus comes from the partials. Why not go get one and figure out where it came from? Talk to it, interrogate it, you know, figure out how they made it. No one wants to help her because everyone thinks the partials are, you know, really dangerous. So she decides to sneak out with a little small group of people, and the story continues on from there. Now, this story has a bunch of plot twists. If you want to know more about what I thought about those two books, The Naturals and Partials, I'll leave a link to the video I did for the level challenge where I talked more about it. So the next book I ended up reading in April was Unearthly by Cynthia Hand. Now this is an angel book, and this is kind of like my first angel book I've ever read. I do love the cover. I don't know if you guys can see the awesome angelness. Sorry about the glare. This one's about a girl named Clara who finds out she's part angel, and you kind of follow her journey about finding out what that means to be part angel. She has this vision. You have a vision when you're a certain age, and her vision is of this boy in the woods, and the woods is on fire, and he starts turning towards her, but then the vision always stops. When you have a vision when you're an angel, that's kind of your purpose. That's what you're meant to do as an angel. So you follow her journey, figuring out who the boy is, where's the fire, how she has to save him, you know, growing into her angel skills and abilities. And then, you know, you kind of figure, you know, this is a trilogy, so you know there's going to be more happening. Now, the one part of the book I didn't mind was the love triangle of sorts. She has to save this boy named Christian. That's the boy you find out in the fire. But while she's trying to figure that stuff out, her best friend's twin brother Tucker gets involved in the picture, and she ends up falling for him. But then she's got to figure out, you know, how she's supposed to be with him, and then figure out this Christian thing. So it was kind of, it was well done, you know. It was something I liked. I'm, of course, Team Tucker. I love Southern guys. I don't really do popular boys. So Southern country guys are my thing. I like the angel aspect of it. This is, like I said, my first angel book. It wasn't too heavy about, like, the origin of the angels. You know, you learn a few things here and there throughout the book, but it wasn't just, like, myth dump. I'm not going to dump all this historical thing about these angels on you. Besides Tucker being my favorite character, Clara was a really good character. I love her family. It was really good. I gave it a 5 out of 5. If you have not picked it up, I definitely think you should. When I first saw it, I wasn't really pulled in to read it, but after like 20, 50 pages, it was like non-stop reading. I can't put it down. I can't put it down. So definitely pick it up. And the last book I read this month is Eve by Anne Carey. This is about a world where a deadly virus ended up wiping out most of the Earth's population. So now this girl, the main character Eve, lives in a school where her and the 200 girls are promised a future of being teachers and educators and, you know, learn whatever trade you want. But then she finds out the dark secret to what really happens to the girls who graduate this school and go on past the perimeter of the fence where she lives. So she ends up running off, and she meets a boy named Caleb, I believe. Yes. A rebellious, rough boy named Caleb ends up rescuing her while she's in the forest. So it follows their journey, and you find out more about the dark side of what really happens. And this is one book that I read in my bed, sitting there. I started at like 9 a.m. in the morning, and I finished at like 12:01. I literally sat through this. I did one sitting of this, 5 hours, and it flew by really quick. This book, I think I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars. Yeah, this book I ended up giving 4 out of 5 stars. It wasn't a bad book. The ending was like, but no, you can't end like that. Like, but no. So I'm definitely probably going to be picking up the second book really soon. Oh, there was 2 books I started but never finished. The first book is Love Letters to the Dead by Ava DeLara, and the second book is I Am Number 4 by Pittacus Lore. Funny thing is, these 2 books are the books I picked for the book of the month for my group on Goodreads called YA Lovers with a little heart. But I will be finishing these soon. I am a third of the way through. I just couldn't read them. I couldn't get to them. So I'll be finishing them in May, hopefully. So that is all my April reads. I'm going to be doing a May TBR soon, so look forward to that. And happy readings. Bye!